a tanker. She had called and was telling me about foreign exchange. I knew about it like 10 years ago, but I dismissed it. I put all my eggs in one basket. I was a real estate agent and I was good. I was making money. And I thought everybody had to have a house. And so I was investing in what I thought everybody needed was a place to stay. But when the real estate market crashed, my world crashed right along with it. I had worked from, I had a 401k from 19 up until mid-40s, and that was gone. I had $2,000 left with that. And I had $40 to put into the market. Some of you I told when I came down and met Dr. Jewel in Dallas, I saw Austin. And I'm looking at him like, this kid is not making $100,000. I just know he ain't, Like, look, he got red and blue hair. I'm judging. And all y'all judge too. I was judging. I was like, this boy is not. I got kids older than him, So, but I had 4 kids in college. I had a reason. I had motivation. I had 4 kids in college that I did not plan for, but I wanted them to do better than us. I had a 4-year-old. I had a husband that deployed 6 times to a war, had just retired and was receiving a half a check. Real estate market crashed. I almost lost my house. I had a Mercedes at the time, but I let my broke friend keep it because I was trying to figure out a plan because I worked too hard for that Mercedes. I wasn't going to give it back to the repo man. Now I'm saved, I'm sanctified, and I'm full of the Holy Ghost. And God said, when I bless you, it ain't coming with no sorrow. So the repo man wasn't finna get that car. I refused to move out of my house, and some of my friends that came over, they saw the padlocks on it. They said, what are you doing? I said, I got some remodeling going online, Lord forgive me. But people want to see how you're going to react in diversity. But my 4 kids was in college and I couldn't even pay for a meal plan. And that bothered me. I was like, hey, we're survivors. Go to the hotel, befriend somebody. And it's funny now, but I was in tears then because that was the lowest. And people, I know men do a lot, but your children come to mama. And that's because you're the first teacher, you're the first educator, you're the first provider, you're the first nurse, you're the first doctor, you're the first everything. Mama's supposed to make it happen. And the Proverbs 31 woman knows how to build her house and build it wisely.
It's good.
So, and I'm like, I'm saved, God. I give, I don't pay. I give my tithes and my offering freely. And I was like, you said.
Yes.
So at this point, I came back from Dallas and I asked my broke friend. I said, like she said, don't ask nobody broke. I asked my broke friend, girl, look, this boy with red and blue hair is making $100,000, whatever. This girl, don't get in that, that's a scam. So I didn't have nothing left. I had $40 for kids. I had 5 kids. $40, 5 kids, half a check. And my husband told me we got to downsize. And I was like, you mean tell me after 25 years of military service, I got to downsize and cut back? That's not God. Why? That means that we got to start all over again. I'm not doing that. So, I wouldn't go get another job. I did that. I worked for 20 years to get $50,000 for it all to get wiped out to $2,000. So I wasn't going to do that. So I began to pray and I asked God, and I said, I need you to show me because I don't have time for another scam. I don't have enough time for another gimmick. And if I belong to you, and if I'm going to be the head, I'm going to be the head. If I'm going to be the lender and not the borrower, I need you to show me how. And so that's when I found Ecclesiastes 11:1.
Yes.
The Good News Translation says that it's good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. And so I was like, okay, so I'm tracking. And they said you need 7 streams of income, not 7 jobs. And so, 7, because, now don't get me wrong. Your job is seed money. Now this is out of the book of Kirkland, chapter 5, verse 3. Your job is seed money. Because if you owe a debt, you're a slave to it. And my husband had been a slave for 25 years. That was the scam. Because he worked 25 years to get a half a check, and it wasn't enough to take care of the house. So I was like, okay, so I need to know this. And I was like, how do I explain this to anybody else that don't know that. So I'm all in because I found out that I was doing a God-written skill set in a man-made company. So I was like, how do I tell somebody that don't believe in this, don't believe in the Bible, think that it's a mere book? Now, if you didn't want to hear the preaching, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry, but not sorry. But I'm telling you my story. This is how I got it.
Right.
I had nothing. And why keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? That's flat out insanity. So when I found out in history that foreign exchange has been around for 2,014 years, it has never crashed, never filed bankruptcy, never laid anybody off, never closed its doors, but is a $5.3 trillion a day industry.
Yes.
Surely I can get a couple of $1,000 out of it. So I can save my car, get my house, send my kids the money for some food. All I wanted at the time was a couple of $1,000. And even then, it was still hard. I'm not saying that it was easy. It was hard. It was frustrating because I was trying to trade out of emotion. I was looking for that get rich quick. And I wanted to quit, but I thank God for good friends like Dr. Jewel, Dr. China, and Dr. Ben. Because Dr. Jewel was calling me every day. And she was like, hey, hon, what you make today? Nothing. And I'm in demo. So, that $40 was like $40,000 to me. I wasn't gonna blow it. So I'm in demo. I ain't make nothing. No, I don't think I'm gonna do this. No, we don't quit. No, I don't think I'm gonna do this. No, millionaires don't quit. So you're gonna have to stay focused. We're gonna get this. We're gonna learn this. And true, this is the God honest truth. All we had was Lee, a Daisy, Dr. Jewel, Dr. China, and a harmonic scanner that had we came in when transition was happening. So we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do. We didn't have what all you guys had. We had Mike Miles and Christopher Derrick. We had Christopher Derrick. 2 o'clock in the morning. No, this was before Christopher Derrick. It was Christopher Derrick at 2 o'clock. It was Christopher Derrick at 9 o'clock.
We did have.
I got on. Dr. Jewel would not let me quit. And my husband was like, this Dr. Jewel, take it calling you. I was like, I know. She won't let this thing go. So, but I got in my mind that if I want to be where there were, I needed to hang around people that was doing where I needed to go. And I knew that they were saved, they was in the church, and she was looking out for my best interest. So I got on, and I got on with Christopher Derrick, and I think it was gold we was buying. They were saying buy. And I'm, I'm anointed at this point, so I'm praying over my trades. I know y'all done did it. I hit buy. I was like, the blood of Jesus. Lord, turn it 1,000-fold. Satan, I rebuke you. I'm doing all of it. And my husband, who's upset with me, like, girl, you gonna put us in the poorhouse? I need you to get a job. And I was like, I ain't doing that no more. I was not doing it. So he was a non-believer. Everybody around me was a non-believer. But that first 30 minutes to an hour, my $40 turned into $500. So I remembered the word, and I kept quoting it back. You can't lose quoting the word. God, you said, it is written. It is good to enter to make this good for me. So, and he did. So that turned into $500. So I started screaming and hollering, yes, I'm gonna be rich. I'm rich. I am rich. I was a believer. Win or lose, I was gonna stay in this thing and stick it out. And then I got over Christopher Terry because he said money moves faster in the middle of the night. That's the one thing this whole nation has in common. They're up from midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning. While men slept, the wealthy got wealthier. And so I needed to do what he was doing. She was a multimillionaire, he's a multi-billionaire. So I'm following them too like white on rice. Everywhere she went, I didn't even know how I was gonna get there, but I was right there. And got on with him, he told us what to do. I got in it, he said, don't look at it. And you know how y'all do, y'all glue it to your phone, I put it down, I pick it back up, oh Lord, it's red, Jesus. And my husband like, take the money out, take the money out. And I said, no, I gotta let it stay in. He said, you gambling. That is not. And I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was following what they said. No, he said, leave it. You know, so we fighting. You know, like, leave it, take it out. No, it's staying. It's my $40. You know? So, woke up at 6 o'clock that morning, grabbed my phone, and it turned into $1,000. So I took that $1,000 and I still didn't withdraw it. He wanted me to withdraw it. Sometimes you gotta listen to other people in order to get different results. So I didn't withdraw it out. I divided it up into 7 different accounts. And whatever I traded in one, I traded into all. Long story short, Dr. Drew been my witness the whole ride. And Dr. China as well. In 8 months, my $40 turned into $1.3 million. Woo! But the thing is, what I love about this is, you guys are doing way better than what we did when we started. That's why we have this panel, Women Can Trade. I'm a student always. Don't give up on your dreams. Never stop learning, forever learning. Because this is how you're going to leave a legacy. Somebody had to start from somewhere, and we are walking testimonies. Walking testimonies. If we can do it, you can do it. You heard all our stories. We ain't have nothing. Wow. We didn't have nothing. And then we get up here. I was so disrespectful as a kid in math class growing up. Really? That's the truth. I even paid my son to take my college math. Because all I needed was accounting. I just needed to know how to count my money and how to balance my books so my checks wouldn't bounce. That's all I wanted. But now that you're never too old, I used to say it all the time. No, I'm too old for this. I ain't got no patience. Dr. Drew got on me a lot about that. You are what you speak. If you say you're broke, then you're going to be broke. If you say you're rich, then you're going to be rich. If you're a billionaire, you're going to be a billionaire. It doesn't matter when you get there, as long as you get there. Whatever you speak. And I will leave you with this. You don't work for money. If you work for money, you're a slave to it. Money works for you. Yeah! It is worthless. It ain't worth nothing. It's a piece of paper. It's just dirty paper, ain't backed by nothing. It used to be backed by gold, but it's not backed by nothing. It's a dirty piece of paper. So unless it don't bring any value, and you need to say that every day, this do not bring any value unless you're in my hands. Because the economy can't run unless I go into the stores and spend it. So in order for my economy to flourish, they need me. So money needs you, you don't need it. You don't work for it, let it work for you. Wow. Yeah! When Dr. Cathy speaks, I need you to speak last. Because always happens to get me all excited and stuff. This happened last time, what? We were in Vegas, just had the whole, yeah, don't give a preacher a mic. Yeah, I mean, offering plate and everything. My God. So the question, what was the question? You said something about the most expensive lesson. I'm trying to tell you, like you said, it was when we first joined, it was me, it was Lee, it was Kathy, we had our little show, our little, kind of like our beginning IML TV, that's where it started. So, we go back, but, and I know that's not to take away from anyone else, but I just know we were on the same team and whatnot. But nonetheless, as far as most expensive lessons, guys, I hear all the time, I've had people on my session, oh God, I'm in drawdown. How much are you in drawdown? $5. I'm like, $50. Oh. I had one lady say, I saw 500 and just about passed out. I'm like, you saw, that's it? That's it? You're in the wrong field if that's going to make you pass out, especially if you want to go there. If you want to go to the next level, then you need to be prepared to pay some tuition. That's good. Some tuition that you don't
That's
pay.
Good.
And I made a very expensive, I took out an expensive
decision, a lesson, tuition, whatever you want to call it. It was, I have to tell you, I can actually say the number now because I got it back and then some, but at the time I couldn't even utter it. I couldn't even talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. Guys, I want you to say 50. 50,000.
Thanks for sharing it, Daisy. Thank you for sharing.
I also want, we got to put a little time on it. There's, you know, I like to lift weights. I talk about time under tension. You know, when you lift weights, if you do it nice and slow and controlled, you get way more for it versus the little quickies. Well, I had a quickie. How do you lose 50,000 in a week? She said, "Oh my God, never."
That's good.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Greed. She said it. When she said greed, I had PTSD syndrome. Yes, I know. Yes. I know greed. So, no, I was making the money. I made the money. We was doing good. Man, it's not just greed. It's also being ungrateful. I was straight ungrateful. I was, because you start making money. Like, I remember I was actually talking to my sister. That's my sister right there.
Can you tell me about the $50,000?
Sorry, I didn't want to tell you about it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, she had just joined. Like, there's no way I could tell her she all excited. Girl, you know I lost $50,000. Yeah, girl. Yeah, she was, so, now you know. No. She tried to call me for some advice. Couldn't talk to me. Like, look, well, why we gotta talk about the markets right now? Can we talk about other things? Is there other things we can talk about? You know. Anyhow, so no, I lost the money because I was ungrateful. I was trading. I remember I made $900 in 30 minutes and had an attitude. It's all I made. I could have made more. Because it was accidental. Like, I had been planning for this trade, it went off, and I accidentally set my take profit a little too soon. And I didn't realize that. And I was actually in the middle of training some people, and I saw, you know, my analysis went as planned, and I was like, yeah! And then I saw I only made $938. And I was mad. Attitude. It was 30 minutes. Like, I'm telling you, that's what happens. You got to be grateful. You got to be grateful, because when you start off with something small, like $40, $100, I can remember being excited to make $10 in the market, $20 in the market. But then you start making bigger money and you're not ready for that. Sometimes you're not ready to see those numbers. You're not ready to see. I remember, oh my God, it was funny. I had called another friend of mine in here. That thing went up to $5,000. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. It's at $5,000. What do I do? Because I didn't have a plan. I didn't have no plans. I didn't know if I should take the money now or let it go. Because how much higher can it go? Exactly. I got to 5,000. Where else can it go?
That's good.
So I take it now. Like, my husband and I got into an argument because I secured $5,000 because he's like, babe, you better get that bag. And I got the bag, and then it went higher. And I was like, babe, if you would have just, you know, we just got into this argument because I made money. And I could have made more. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was already set up for failure. I was. And I just I was not a good steward of that money. I actually heard some advice of something that I would say, I feel like that rings true for me now, but then, like, a lot of us, we trade, we make the money, and then we blow it. And we make the money, and then we blow it. Why not, you know, it's good to withdraw at times. It is good. Set a reasonable target. Withdraw that money and go get yourself something. with it. Do something for yourself. Pour something into yourself. Something that that can't be blown away in the market. You get it back. You have the skill. I'm not saying take all the money and just blow it out, but go get yourself something. It's a symbol of your accomplishment.
Good.
So when you're down, when you lose, because you will lose, you can look at that and say, I bought that with my money. I bought that with, you got them haters